Welcome to Girl Talk. Thanks for joining us today. We are at the Vinery. It's a stained glass studio off of East Washington. We're always just giggling, I feel like, when we start.
Because we just got started, and right before we started, Ellen was talking about eating a block of cheese. How they used to eat blocks of cheese in school. Okay.
We would, in college, for a snack, we would sit down, me and like my girlfriends, and we'd just we would completely demolish like a block of cheese. We'd cut it up and eat it.
I think that sounds very sophisticated.
It's very Wisconsin.
It was.
For college.
It was very sophisticated.
I'm picturing like a wooden cutting board.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Berries spread it around.
No, this is like with a butter
I was
knife.
gonna say, this isn't like fancy, like a cheese ball and crackers.
No.
This is like college kids just slicing
trying to
off
get
of a
by.
block.
This is like, that was our meal for the day, was that block of cheese.
Oh my goodness.
But anywho, we got a great show for you
Not
today.
what we're talking about today on the show, don't worry.
Right. We got Broyles and Company CPAs, and probably what I should have been doing more in college is studying financial information.
Well, it's never too early to start saving for retirement, and it's never too early in the year to think about taxes. So
It's
don't
just
forget.
so much information, and I think it forces you just want to push it off because it's so much. But thankfully, Nicole is she's such a smart lady. I'm always so impressed by her and her ability to kind of explain things.
Well, it's her job to be up with all the tax laws. There's so much to know. You could never know it all. So by utilizing somebody like that, you're going to save a whole lot of money in the long run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was interested to find out, interesting to find out, that politics can kind of play into it too. Changes in government that can affect your tax laws.
Absolutely.
Which was important why you stay up on that, because it's always changing and all of that good stuff.
Sure is.
Yep.
we got?
So we'll chat with her.
Well, we're going to talk
Speaking of
to,
your
of
notes.
course, the Vinery. We're here in their fabulous stained glass studio, a wonderful stop-in. We are in front of some sheet glass right now,
Yes.
so show off a couple of these pieces. Such beautiful colors. All of these are 25% off all week. So come on in anytime and get 25% off these fabulous colors that you can use for all kinds of projects and different things. Or, I don't know, they're just so pretty. Just lay it on your table.
just look at it.
Real quick,
Feel great.
ladies, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions only
Okay.
because the time is here. What do you got for me?
Oh, gosh. Well, I resolved to go back to work.
Oh,
I've been off work.
good
So
girl.
that's an easy resolution.
How about you, Elise?
I started mine early. So for this month of December, I haven't drank at all. And it is awesome. It feels really good.
I bet your body just feels better.
I needed a cleanse, but like my skin, I have a lot of stuff in my hair now, but my hair feels better. It's just like all over.
Yeah.
I knew you were less fun. No, I'm just kidding. Just
I've kind of got the same resolution too. I want to be happier, healthier, more confident, and just feel good about the body you're in and take care of it the way you
Right,
should.
right.
Right.
I think health is always on the top of our list. no
Always
matter
a great
is,
one to
yeah.
have. Mhm. And we'll be talking about, with 2017 in mind, some different wedding trends coming up and events and that sort of thing. So we'll be back with the NERA event group right after this. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. You may recognize this beautiful space. We are filming here at the Vinery off of East Wash. And that's how Elise says it, so I'm trying to be cool.
That's how most people that live in Madison say it.
All right, we're going to chat with those folks later. Right now, we are joined by a lovely lady with a beautiful name. I'm so excited to introduce you to Fiorella Nera from NERA Event Group, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So we are going to talk about, you have a business where you are an event planner and designer, and I think I speak for all of us when I say what a dream job. It sounds amazing.
It's a lot of fun.
I bet it is.
I'm sure a lot of work though too.
Yes.
But the payoff has to be great.
Yes, risk reward. So let's talk about, this is actually the time where people are getting engaged, right? Holiday time, New Year, it's kind of romance in the air. Engagement season is upon us, so look out. But give us some tips for folks who are starting the planning process.
Sure. So there's really 3 tips that I can give because they play off each other. The first one's going to be you want to start communication right away about what your budget's going to be. And then you want to think about where you want to get married, whether that's the city or the venue. And then from there is how many people you're going to invite.
That's where it gets tricky.
I was going to say, I've never been close to getting married, but I bet that's a difficult one.
Oh, you absolutely plan on having a nice, quaint little wedding. Well, at least that was me. And then as you plan, and all of a sudden your finances are going up too.
Yeah.
And yeah, they all play off each other. So I always tell my brides, make your list.
Yeah.
If you don't have a list, you'd never really know what your guest list is going to look like.
Sure.
So what you want to do is make your list, because that's going to determine your budget, and that's going to determine how big of a venue you need.
Oh.
It kind of does. You have to plan everything around that. I don't
Right.
really think
Fiorella, do you help them? Like, are you cutthroat in a way? Like, I haven't seen this person in 5 years. Do you help them out in that way?
She's got like a black marker and
Actually,
X
I
their
have
name.
a little handout that I give to them, and it just says, if you haven't seen them for a year and you don't talk to them, X them out.
Really? So you
great
do
advice.
actually.
Yeah, it's just a handout. They make the final decision.
Sure.
But it just gives them a heads up of, if you're not really talking to that person, is it going to be cutthroat if you're not going to have them at your wedding?
Right.
Because we all have that one friend that we haven't seen in a long time, but we know that they're going to make the party go.
Sure.
Right.
So we want them to come, you know?
I love it.
So tell us a little bit about the trends that are happening for 2017.
So trends right now are so exciting. Things are changing, and it's making me so happy. So the first thing that's going to happen next year that I'm seeing a lot is greenery. A lot of greenery.
I love that.
Eucalyptus, fern, installations that include a lot of greenery above. So things not only going up into the ceiling, but also coming from the ceiling as well.
Ooh,
I always love that.
that's different. So is there a place that you have all of these tips and ideas that people can access?
I do. We have a podcast. It used to be
Awesome.
called Tulip and Laughter. It's going to change for January. It's going to be Fiorella Talks Weddings.
Love it.
And it's
To the
already,
point.
yeah, just to the point. And then we also have a blog where you can see our events, because we also do corporate and community events and fundraisers. So our blog
perfect.
talks about more weddings and events.
Sure. A great resource if you are looking for some inspiration.
Yes.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And we got about a minute left, but I want to touch on, people are kind of winding down from some of the end of the year holidays, gearing up for, New Year's and all kinds of different parties that you get to have in the winter time. So if you're not planning a wedding, some quick tips for party planners.
Sure. So if you're having a party at home for New Year's, the first thing that we do, or the first thing that I do, is I look at my house and I see what furniture do I have that serves no purpose.
Sure.
If it's not seating, if it's not going to be holding drinks or anything like that, let's open up the space, because likely we are not used to having 15, 20 people at our home in our living room. So I usually take a couple things out of my house, put them in a room that I'm not going to use, and then I open that space up with some more seating or
That's really
some
smart.
tables.
Makes
That's
your
a
home
good idea.
bigger.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've gotten lots of good tips from you already. So just a sample of what you can get with Nira Event Group. This is Fiorella, and thank you so very much for joining us today.
Thank you, ladies, for having me.
Thank you.
We're going to be back with more Girl Talk after this, so please stick with us.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming today here at the Vinery off East Washington. We'll be joined later with our two favorite guys here. We always learn something new.
We do.
But first, we have Nicole Broyles from Broyles & Company CPA. Tax season is, well,
Around
still
the
a
corner.
few months away, right?
No.
But the end of this year is approaching us fast, so
Yes.
so we should probably get planning.
I can tell just by the way that you phrase that you do your taxes last minute.
I do totally.
Busted.
Sorry.
My mom is watching.
Well, if you're interested, you have until April 18th this year rather than the 15th.
See?
So you got a few extra
3
days.
extra days.
There you go. There you go.
Getting back on track. Back to you, Nicole. Okay, so with the end of the year approaching quickly, what are some steps that people can be taking to minimize their 2016 tax liabilities?
Well, this close to the end of the year, if you know your income is higher in 16 than it normally is,
Okay.
a big bonus at work or what have you, or if you know that your income is going to be much lower in 17 because of a job change or spouse going on maternity leave, what have you, then maybe you could accelerate some of your deductions and take them in 16 versus waiting until 17.
Interesting.
Do you love the face that we all make? We're all like, oh, that sounds great.
So how do you accelerate those deductions then?
Well, you can maybe prepay. For instance, let's say you usually make an annual contribution to your favorite charity in the spring.
Yeah.
Maybe you decide to make it now, or pay your property taxes early in December now versus waiting until January when you normally would make the payment. And if you pay anything on a credit card, then actually that will count in 16, even if you haven't paid the credit card off. If you charge it in 16 on your credit card, it's a deduction for 16. And the same thing works for businesses, people who are self-employed. Make the credit card charge in 16, and you get the deduction in 16.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay. So you see 3 little light bulbs
Yes.
going on. Let's talk a little bit about tax deductions related to retirement.
Yes, I highly recommend everybody think about retirement now. The younger you are, the more you need to be thinking about it, because the more money you put in now, it works harder for you. It has much longer time to grow. So you can, if you're self-employed, contribute to a retirement plan for 16, a SEP IRA, a simple IRA. There's a couple of your choices.
Okay.
And you actually have until April 18th to make the payment for the retirement, but get the deduction for 16.
So if you haven't contributed that much throughout the year, or maybe not at all, you actually can contribute the full amount or as much as you want?
Depending on the type of IRA or type of retirement plan that you have. A SEP IRA, yes, you could put the maximum amount in allowed for you, your income level, on April 18th, the very last day.
Wow.
And get the full benefit. And it's, a straight deduction off of your tax return against your income that you have. There's no phase outs. And then if you are employed and you do have a retirement plan, but maybe you don't max it out through your employer, you have maybe the option of putting money into an individual retirement account of your own outside of your employer. And that can be a tax deduction for you as well.
Okay.
For 16.
So if you're thinking it's too late and you've missed out, absolutely not the
No.
case. You've got plenty of time.
Exactly, not the case.
And 3
Right.
extra days.
Yes.
Okay, Nicole, I know you touched a little bit about this, but what are some of the benefits of taking these deductions in 2016 rather than 2017?
Well, right now, the biggest potential benefit is that we have a new president coming in, and there's lots of talk
do.
of tax law changes.
Sure.
One of those being that he's considering reducing the overall tax rates. So that means the deduction that you take in 17 at a higher tax rate is going to save you more money than that same deduction next year if the rates go down. So for that benefit right there, we're encouraging people, yes, take the deduction in 16 versus maybe waiting to 17 because we think they might go down.
Really something to think
There's a
about.
lot to know.
Yeah.
That's why we need you.
Exactly.
There's so many rules.
There it
So
is.
true.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, we're out of time already.
I know.
Thank you so much for
My
being
pleasure.
here.
We always run out of
We
time with
always
you.
learn something new, I know.
Always a great example of how we should just go to you.
Well, thank you.
Don't try to figure it out yourself.
I know, there's
Just
a
go
lot.
see
Things I
Nicole.
never would have known.
Absolutely.
Nicole Broyles with Broyles and Company CPA. Check them out because the time is coming fast. Stay tuned.
It is, Elise.
Stay tuned for more Girl Talk. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're having a great time here at the Vinery, as usual.
As always.
As always. We're sitting here with Denny and Josh. The Vinery is a stained glass, all kind of art glass studio right off East Washington. And we just love it here. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. Good to have you here.
Once again, I can't speak highly enough of these two gentlemen. Really of your whole establishment. Tell us in your own words, though, what makes the Vinery so special?
Oh my gosh.
Big question.
That's a great question. I sit up in my office up above, and you probably won't see that, but what really makes it special is when I see my customers come in and they're down in the teaching area and they're learning to work with glass, and they're excited about it.
Right.
And I walk down there and I give them all a big hug. It's just it's sort of a dream come true for me in terms of creating a space for people to be creative.
Yeah.
And just comfortable and warm.
Me being here, I started 5 years ago pretty much when we moved to this new location, and just kind of seeing the store blossom in the creative sense, having people come in and having that creativity just kind of flow out of people. It's a great outlet for people to come and enjoy, and it's pretty beautiful what we have going on here, I'd say.
Beautiful is a great word.
Well said. And now
Exactly.
2016 was awesome for you guys. Do you guys have any New Year's resolutions for 2017 coming up?
Oh, you gotta be careful of those New Year's resolutions.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, but Josh and I talked about it a little bit before the show.
Yeah.
And we just really want to step up our game and provide, even more than we're providing now for our customers.
We want to
It's hard to imagine. You guys already
expand
do
this
so much.
microcosm of creativity that we have going on here,
Yeah.
and just kind of keep it like an infinite potential of creativity and keep everyone going. And it's good to have that in people's lives.
I love that. That's a great, one of the best probably New Year's resolutions I've heard.
There you go.
I like it.
Yeah.
Always growing.
I could try to lose a little weight, but
Nah,
It's always on the list.
yeah.
right?
Everyone's
Eat healthier,
list.
get fit.
Yeah.
But why not expand your creativity? That's a
Yeah.
great one too for our viewers as well that people may not think of.
Exactly. So this is an event that I've been to before. You have your ladies' night every first Thursday of the month.
Exactly.
So we've got one coming up. Want to talk about that a little bit?
We do, and we look forward to it because we get, a lot of folks come in and they get to hang out, and we have several different projects lined up, for them to work on.
Sure.
But and you've experienced it, but it's just such a relaxing environment.
To unwind a little bit.
It is,
Yes.
yeah. I brought my best friend, who is far more artistic than me, always has been, and I had so much help from you guys that I think mine came out better.
There you go.
It was really great.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say. So that's kind of ladies' night. And
Awesome.
It is indeed the first Thursday, of every month.
What a great event. And now I also heard something about a monthly social night. Tell me about this.
Exactly. I'll talk a little bit, and then I'll have Josh talk a little bit about it. But we had a lot of requests from the guys. That's like, it's unfair that we have ladies' night and we don't have a guys' night.
Okay.
Okay?
I don't hear it being called men's night, though.
It could be men's night,
We didn't want to-
whatever, but it is social night. So we figured we'd kind of broaden the spectrum a little bit and just have folks come in to have a great social evening. And it could be, two ladies, it could be a guy and a lady, anybody that would want to come in and come and enjoy working with glass.
Well, as a
love
single
that.
lady, my ears are perking up to this social night.
Yeah.
Like, what a great way to get out and meet other people in your community, not at a bar or what have you,
Sure.
in a creative space.
I run into folks that say, is the Vinery a good place to kind of bring a date?
Yeah. What a fun
And I
place,
thought
yeah.
social night would be a great one because, it's like, okay, I don't know this woman very well. I'll take her into a
Right.
safe environment. The Vinery.
And it's nice too if you're working on something because that gives you something to talk about. I mean, I hate
Sure.
like those awkward pauses if you are on a
Sure.
first date. So what a great icebreaker and to do something and build something, create something together.
Yeah. And
Or you should know
And
if you
laugh
should keep them
along the
around.
way.
Creating
Right
from
after
the
that.
moment and creating
Depending
new
on how it
memories
goes.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Cool
let's
stuff.
talk about the schedule for January a little bit. What do we got on deck?
Well, we have a jam-packed schedule, obviously. And we've actually brought along a few items here.
Awesome.
So I'm just going to start kind of pulling things up here to show people, and I'll explain
It's
a
so
little,
pretty.
little bit about this. This is a drop vase, and it's kind of a version of our what we call a scrap lab class.
Yep.
And this
Smaller
guy, this
version.
guy here teaches it. And so things are laid out on a round disc, and then parts and pieces are laid out, and then the glass is fired, and then it's put over a mold and kind of slugged.
Okay.
Kind of like a martini shaker. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could use it, the larger versions, actually, we would drill a hole in the bottom, and then it could be hung.
Okay. Oh,
So
for
pretty.
like a light.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it was
me a
obvious.
second.
It was obvious to me.
Very pretty. What else do we have here?
So maybe you want to.
We also have powder wafer dish here. So we have kind of a nowadays pre-cuts that you kind of cut out and use stencils. You can use little stamps and stamp out any kind of images that you want, and then you coat them with powder and refuse them onto your dishes.
Awesome. I could see those in my bathroom.
I
or
love that.
Sure.
jewelry.
So it's a stamp, you said? A stamp of
Any
sorts?
kind, like bookmaking and scrapbooking, they have a
Scrapbooking
stamp.
stamps?
Oh, yeah.
You can
Yeah.
punch out any kind of stamp or image. You could even
Ah.
cut it out with an X-Acto knife if you wanted to make your own design.
So you stamp out your design.
Okay.
Okay, out of this material.
Yeah.
Looks like a sheet of paper, but it's a paraffin base. And then you cover it with a glass powder, and then we have these heating griddles. And the glass, it melts into that base.
How cool.
And then we can lay it on top of the
Onto
glass.
Fascinating. So, and just to clarify, these are all classes that you can attend throughout January.
In January.
Okay, and you just come
Exactly.
here to sign up?
Yeah, or
Yeah, or
online.
online.
Or online.
Oh, great.
Either way.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for having us again. Our time has run out already.
Love
gosh.
being
We,
here.
we truly love being here, and we can't wait to see what's up next time. Thank you very much for watching Girl Talk, and we'll catch you next week.